This report is brought to you by Virtual Shield, the easiest way to create a personal VPN or virtual private network to completely anonymize your location and browsing history. Please view their ad at the end of this report. Good afternoon. I'm still reporting on Big Brother. Just when we thought that cell phone calls were private, no. According to the cyber guy Kurt Knudsen, an FCC working group has concluded that the software that allows telecoms to route your cell phone traffic from one cell tower to another is still using something called Signaling System 7 that dates from 1975, and it's full of holes. The FCC studied reports that German hackers were able to drain German bank accounts by penetrating SS7 to reroute the two-factor codes sent out by the banks to their customers. But that's not the only problem with SS7.
The feds raising the red flag about surveillance systems that can track the locations of cell phone users and spy on their calls.
So does this put our national security at risk? Here now with some tips to help keep your information safe and private is the cyber guy, Kurt Knudsen. Kurt, good morning to you.
Good morning, guys. Let me ask you this question first of all. Signaling System 7, you know what that is, right? No, of course not.
Of course.
That is the technology we're talking about that was, if it was 1975, you would know this technology. That's how old the technology is that's protecting our cell phone towers and systems around the country and, in fact, around the world.
Why isn't it updated?
Exactly. That is the question. How come they haven't updated this? A lot of wireless companies have on their own after a lot of reports have come out that said, hey, this is a problem. You know, the FCC took a look at it. You had Congress taking a look at it in 2014. You've had Germans using it to rob banks. You've had people, you have 4 countries identified as big users of this for intelligence to surveil around the world. And America is the biggest target of this problem. And I'll tell you right now, they got to do something about it. So here's the problem with it. It's the technology that really is at the foot of how cell phones talk to each of the networks. So if you and I are roaming on our phone and our phone goes from site to site, this is a technology that makes it work. The problem is it lets anybody in. It lets in hackers. It lets in anybody who wants to get there.
And it's not just phone calls. It's your texts. It's what you're looking at on the internet. It's everything on the phone. Is that right?
You may as well be posting everything you text privately on your phone on Twitter because everything is vulnerable. Nothing is private that you're using on your cell phone. Bottom line, your voice calls are out there, your texts are out there, and the data you're using, and worse is your location. They can track your location for hours upon days upon months to know exactly where you are at any given time of the day.
Can we do anything to
Yes, but just barely. Just barely something to do.
Anything's better than nothing.
Correct. So, first of all, pressure your local congressman and senators to do something about it because that's the only way anything's going to happen. And then secondly, I mean, you can just do this yourself. For texting, you can use secure apps. You've heard of Signal app. That's one of them. For voice, you can use, and also like if you're using Apple, WhatsApp works. And if you're on Apple, iMessage works for texting. Okay. And then the same for calls.
And that'll protect?
That'll keep your call inside of an encrypted envelope so that it's much more difficult for them to get to it. And then for voice calls, Silent Circle, again, the Signal app, phone feature of that works great. And then location tracking, really the only answer here is turn off your phone. That's the only way that they're not going to be able to track you. But I'm talking about thousands of intrusions happening daily around the world into cell phone towers by all kinds of nefarious sources.
I'm still reporting from outside the one-time free speech capital of the world. Good day. The recent exposure of the Cambridge Analytica hack of Facebook's customer data is yet another good reason to have you, your family, and even your company behind a VPN wall. Because as long as your Facebook is open, even though it's on a separate page or tab, Facebook, according to media reports, is somehow watching where you're going and what you're doing. And it's not hard to go stealth. In fact, it's fun. Here's what it looks like. Double-click the Virtual Shield app, click Sign In. Takes about 5 seconds to sign in. Now you can simply click on Connect and Virtual Shield will pick the location and sign in for you in another 5 seconds. 10 seconds once a day and you're done. And if you have a business, you absolutely should not go another day without Virtual Shield. Look at this deal they've got, as low as $49.99 per month for 50 to 100 devices, unlimited bandwidth, and phone support if you need it. And like any product we approve for advertising, it comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. You can get a single-user version of Virtual Shield for as little as $5.99 a month. And for viewers of the Still Report, use promo code BILLSTILL for an additional 20% off. Again, no technical knowledge is required, and they offer helpful live chat support to get you up and running fast.